buenos días a todos. Gracias por acompañarnos en este segundo día de actividades de la International Week en la UNAM, cuyo eje temático es Del Mundo para México, en donde veremos las presentaciones y ponencias de diferentes universidades y organismos del mundo, con los que la UNAM mantiene una importante colaboración. Iniciamos la programación el día de hoy con la participación de la Universidad de Erfurt de Alemania. En esta ocasión, nos acompañan Marion Kraushaar y Sandra Schmidt. Ambas forman parte del equipo de la Oficina Internacional de la Universidad de Erfurt, quienes están a cargo de la asesoría y atención a los estudiantes entrantes de intercambio. Ambas nos platicarán más acerca de esta universidad, de los programas que ofrece y de las oportunidades que hay para los estudiantes de intercambio. A partir de ahora, Marion y Sandra darán su presentación en inglés, así que sin más preámbulo, les voy a ceder la palabra a nuestras invitadas y comentarles que al final dejaremos un espacio para preguntas y respuestas. So, Marion and Sandra, you are most welcome. Thank you for joining us today. I have just introduced you to the audience, so please, you may start with your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I will now share my screen.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Can you see the presentation?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So, hello and welcome everybody. We are very happy to be here in your International Week at your university, and we would like to give you a short presentation of our University of Erfurt in Germany. And so maybe you one time you will have the chance to travel to our university, but today let's do a virtual travel to our university. At first, we would like to introduce to you our international office team. So you already saw me, Marion Kraushaar. I'm the Associate Director of the International Office, and I advise the bachelor and master students who would like to study degree programs at our university. And also I do the consultation for refugees. And so I'm responsible for the admissions and I help international students to find the right study program for them. Then on the photo next to me, you see my colleague Madeleine Füldner, who's the secretary of our office and who does some general counseling and is a first contact person for many international students and also for the German students who are interested in going abroad. Then next to Madeleine, you can see the director, the head of the international office, Manuela Linde. She is also responsible for the international relations and the partnerships of our university. And she's the institutional coordinator, and she advises our outgoing students who want to spend some time abroad. And so she's also responsible for our international cooperations. And then last but not least, you see Sandra Schmidt on the photo, who is the incoming student advisor and cares for the exchange students. So if somebody of you and your university is planning to go abroad for an exchange program as an exchange student, she will be your advisor and help you with the admissions, and yeah, she can consult you there. So this is our international office team.
Thank you, Marion. I will now continue to introduce you briefly to Erfurt, which is a city in the green heart of Germany. As you can see on the left side, you see Europe, and where Germany is actually a very central country there. And you can also see that Erfurt is very centrally located in Germany, meaning that you can basically reach every other city quite easily from there. For example, Berlin or Munich or other cities you are interested in. It's the capital of the federal state of Thuringia, which you also see on this map, and it is home to approximately 215,000 inhabitants. Erfurt has a beautiful medieval city center area and is also home to the Merchants Bridge, which is one of the few remaining inhabited bridges in Europe. Students really enjoy studying in Erfurt. Some impressions. I mentioned the Merchants Bridge. You see that on the right side. And on the left side, you see the famous cathedral, the Dome in German. If you come to Erfurt, then you are probably going to enjoy these sites too. Okay.
Okay, now briefly, let's see some facts and figures about our university. The University of Erfurt is one of the oldest universities in Germany and also one of the youngest universities, because it was founded in 1379 and then in the 16th, 17th century it was closed, or in the 18th, I'm not really sure. And it was refounded in 1994. So you see, it's also still a young university. We are a rather small university with 6,200 students on campus, and it's a very beautiful campus university where 4 faculties are located. We have a faculty of Arts and Humanities, 1 faculty of Economics, Law and Social Sciences, 1 faculty of Education, and a Catholic Theology faculty. Maybe later, if you are interested in, we can precise more about our bachelor and master programs. Each year we have around 500 international students, which is degree-seeking students and exchange students and doctorate students. So all in all, 500 international students, which might sound like a rather small number, but it's good for us advisors because it's very familiar on campus, and you have short ways, and you can always easily be in contact with us as international office, and you can always, where you meet the people that are responsible. Yeah. Maybe that just as a brief introduction. Yes, and I think Sandra, you can go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So about our exchange program, which is probably particularly interesting for those of you interested in an exchange semester or year here. First of all, we have 2 semester preparation programs. The possibility 1 is a German intensive course or the preparatory weeks. It's a 4 weeks free of charge German course for the levels A1 to B1. Basically, you have German lessons in the mornings, and in the afternoons, we take all steps for enrollment, information meetings and events as soon as it is possible, again, due to Corona. It takes place twice a year. In the winter semesters, it's in September until early October, and in spring semesters, it's mid-March until early April. The possibility 2, if you do not participate in the preparatory weeks or intensive course, you participate in the introductory week. It's for students who do not attend the German intensive course, and it's the steps for enrollment, information meetings and events, just without the German lessons. In fall semesters, it takes place right after the intensive course in October, and in spring semesters, it's in April. You can also participate in German courses that are free of charge throughout the semester. Yeah, so if you miss the intensive course, then you can also participate in other language courses. Okay, something also probably interesting, accommodation is pretty easily to get in Erfurt on campus. We have student housing residences. 5 of them are close to campus or even on campus. And if you apply in time as exchange students, you are sure to get a room. Since I've been working here, we have not had a case of a student who did not get a room, so that should be a positive thing. And prices range from 150 to 250 euros per month. Below you see a student housing near campus. Some exchange students live there, but usually they live in some of the other housing residences. Application. I will not bore you with all the documents you need to submit, but just as an information, first you get nominated by UNAM by email, then we will send you the application information and we will also give you all advice from there on if you have questions. If you are interested in the application information, you can use the link that we have provided in the PowerPoint. And usually the application deadline for fall semesters is June 15, today, and the application deadline for spring semesters is November 30 of each year. Here you see the documents that you have to submit, but I will not read them out for now. Okay, we will now come to internationalization and best practices.
Yes, I would like to give you a short introduction to our internationalization and to maybe to our internationalization strategy. Our university is interested in receiving incoming students each year and also sending outgoing students abroad. So those two groups are very important for us, and they are benefiting from each other. So we always want to bring forward student mobility. Another thing, as you can see, is that we have many partner universities. We have 84 Erasmus partners and 57 non-Erasmus partners outside the university, outside Europe. So throughout the whole world. And one of our partners is you, and we are happy to present our internationalization strategy for you. So the integration of international students is very important for us, and we don't only want this to have on campus, but also beyond campus. And we will later look at one specific support program that brings together campus students with off-campus people, so with inhabitants of Erfurt. We will have a look at this later. Let me tell you some goals of our internationalization strategy. So one goal is to strengthen and reinforce our welcoming culture and to make the university and the students of the university more visible on and beyond campus. Then a goal is to develop and maintain internationally appealing BA and MA degree programs, which means that we want to bring more English taught programs on campus. We already have some English taught master degrees at our university, which is, for example, the Masters of Public Policy. Then we have a Global Communication Master Program, which is entirely taught in English, and Religious Studies Master Program. The university also organizes some summer schools. For example, in the communication department, there is a special program called SPICE that organizes a summer school. And so we are interested and we are going to promote and develop different offerings for the acquisition of intercultural competences. So you can get intercultural competence when you get abroad. You can get intercultural competence when you help international students that are on campus. So for example, we have a special buddy program, tutoring program for our incoming students, that students from Erfurt support international students with the first steps after their arrival, and help them also throughout the semester. And that is very important to get a good network. Yes, how can you see our internationalization in practice? So we already talked about some international programs that we have. And of course, on our website, you can find German and English information so that the international students can find their information there. Then our international office is the first point of contact. So that, we are always there to help the internationals. Then we had an international day some time ago. So this is also one day, like you have a Welcome International Week. We had it in one day to present our university for internationals and also to send our German students abroad. So maybe this just there's many information, but maybe this gives some short impression about that. Now we would like to show you one special program. Yeah, so I already mentioned that it is important for us to also link or connect our international students with the city of Erfurt. So there's a special program which is called Strangers Become Friends that exists since 2002 and is already has already won an award in a competition active for democracy and tolerance. So this project wants to bring together international students with Erfurt inhabitants, which means that a host family in the city is found for an international new student, and they can be connected, they can get to know each other. So there is a welcome reception every semester, so that they can meet their hosts, and then it's up to them how they want to continue their meeting and their time together. Sometimes they just meet for a coffee in town, or they make hiking tours together. They can they make some walk around the city or also in the region to get to know our region of Thuringia. They can learn from each other the different traditions, and maybe they have celebrations together, also some famous holidays together, like Christmas holidays. So it's up to them to learn from each other the other culture, and maybe also help with the language, and they can also get support for some administrative ways. Or if they need to go to a doctor or to a public institution, they might ask their host if they can get some support. Maybe they don't know the language so well, so it helps if some German person supports. So it's very good. It's a very good program, and it works for nearly 20 years to get more familiar with the German culture. So we are very proud of this program. And Sandra is going to show us another project or program which can also support our international students.
Yes, maybe just briefly, it's International Campus Erfurt, or ICE in short. It's a student association founded in 2013. It's committed to integrate international students in socio-cultural activities, and the group usually plans and offers events and excursions in cooperation with the international office. It organizes a welcome week for students at the beginning of each semester. And also international students can join the association to support international students. It's also networking with our student tutors that we seek or recruit every semester. So we are in close communication and cooperation with the International Campus Erfurt, as well as with our tutors, of course. Yeah, And that was about International Campus Erfurt. And now I just wanted to briefly also show you some impressions from campus. As you see, some modern buildings and also some older buildings. And in the middle, you see the administration building where the international office is located. We have a very modern library and a communication center that was opened 2 to 3 years ago, I think. And also the Faculty of Economics, Law and Social Sciences. And you see, we have a very green campus. So I think you should, or you would enjoy if you come here. So that would be our presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. We are turning now to the questions, I know, but just for your information, we also have an Instagram channel and a Facebook channel, so feel free to follow us. And we have also gathered some useful further links on the next slide. Station is shared. You can find further information there. Yeah. That's from our side.
Okay, thank you very much, Sandra. We have some questions from the audience. One student is asking, I would like to know if it's possible to study 1 semester at University of Erfurt and then enjoy an internship in one of a German institution or in the industry.
Marion? No, I can also answer. Well, we receive that question quite frequently. It's a little difficult to get a traineeship in Germany, especially now in these times, but also in usual times. But it's not impossible. So it depends on what you study. It also does depend on the level of German that you speak. So usually, if you want to have a traineeship in Germany, in a company or something, then you need a quite high level of German. That would be up to C1, B2, C1, C2 even. So that's one of the points to consider. And then it depends on the availability. Yeah, we are a pretty small town. We are a cozy town. Yeah, it's a nice city, but it's not Berlin and it's not Munich. Yeah, so it also really depends a little bit on luck. If you can get connected to someone who offers internships. So in general, it's not off the table or impossible, but usually the students come here to study a semester or 2 semesters and usually do not do traineeships after that. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, I think so. So we have another question. I would like to know if I can apply to be accepted in one of the master's program and also to be enrolled in an intensive German course.
So maybe I answer this question. Of course, it's possible to apply for a master's program. If you don't have any German language knowledge by now, you should have a look if one of the English taught master programs is suitable for you. For example, public policy is one master program which goes to the direction of politics, social sciences, or global communication is a very interesting program for international students. Or if you go to if you have foundations in religious studies, then you could also go to the religious studies program. So it depends on the program and on the bachelor that you have to see what masters you can continue here. And it is, and an intensive or a German language course can be done if you are in an English, if you are accepted for an English taught master program. You can begin your studies if the faculty accepts you, and then of course you can also join our German language courses. For the master programs that are taught in German, you need to have a very high level of German language knowledge already at the beginning of your application, and then you need to have really the C1 knowledge and make a special German language test before you can start the studies. Maybe this just briefly. And as you saw, yeah, we are a small university with focus on humanities, social sciences, and economics.
Okay, thank you. We have another question. What are the exchange opportunities for a medical student of medicine?
Yeah, as I said, we are a university with focus on humanities and social sciences, and you saw the faculties, we introduced them before. We don't have a medical faculty or a faculty of medicine, so we don't have any opportunities for students of medicine. In Thuringia, which is our region or our state in Germany, there is another university which is not so far from Erfurt, which is University of Jena. They have medicine, but yeah, so you should find out maybe what if you find a partner that offers medicine, but not Erfurt.
Okay, perfect. And we have a last question. I currently have a B2 certificate. Can I still apply for the intensive program? Well, I don't know if it refers to English or German. I believe it's German, probably.
Maybe.
Well, if it's German, it's already a pretty high level. The German intensive course is for students from A0, A1 to B1. What we advise students to do in that case is that since you have to sit an assessment test first before admission to the intensive course, that you can apply for admission to the intensive course. But usually if your result is too high, then the language center will probably not get you into the class. I mean, you have to imagine there are groups from A1 to B1. So the level is quite less than the one you already have now. So probably, or maybe you are even gaining more knowledge right now. So I'm not sure if you are going to get admitted to the course. It depends on the onset test and on the online assessment test I have mentioned, but it's already a pretty high level, which is good. So no disadvantage here. However, for the prep course or for the intensive course, it could be a little too high.
Okay, and we have a last question. What is the most challenging thing to cover for a master's exchange? Thank you.
So I think you mean the living and yeah, the expenses, the cost that you would have as an international exchange student. So maybe I begin, and if you want to add something, Sandra, you can add. So our students don't have to pay a semester, a big semester fee, but also only a semester contribution of around 270 euros per semester. And then as you already saw in the presentation, then you have the costs for accommodation, which is around roughly 200 euros per month, or 250. So it depends on the housing that you get. So you have to calculate that. Then you need a German health insurance, which is an important thing that you need to be enrolled at the university, which is around 100 euros per semester, per month, sorry. So, and then the costs that you need for living. So roughly, let's say, just roughly 600 euros, 700 euros that you should calculate per month that you need to live here. Sandra, would you agree? Around
okay, we are going just to finish our presentation.
Yes.
Because we have the time remaining is just 1 minute to say goodbye. So thank you to our guests. We greatly appreciate your participation today in this event, and we hope to see you very soon in the future. A todos los que nos siguen, muchísimas gracias por acompañarnos. Seguramente podrán meterse a la página web de la universidad y estaremos atentos a más preguntas y comentarios que tengan. Gracias a todos.
Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe see you soon in Erfurt. Bye-bye.
Bye.